Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Madhumita and you know me as MedicoMadhu. Today I have come with a case whom I had seen in my OPD. She is a 47-year-old lady. She is from northeastern part of India, Assam. She came to us with breathlessness and also she complained of tiredness, which has been progressing gradually over the last 6 months. She also gave history of gastritis and she said that she had erratic timings of taking food. She did not have a fixed timing interval or fixed timing pattern for food. And apart from this, she is also a diabetic, she is an hypertensive, she is currently on medication for both. Her family suggested that she becomes a vegetarian and she has become a vegetarian over the last 5 years. That is from the time she was detected with diabetes and hypertension. Also, she said that her family told her to restrict certain types of food in vegetarian as well, claiming that that would help her in controlling her diabetes as well as hypertension. She is a farmer by profession. She takes 2 to 3 times in a week alcohol and she says that she has been taking it in moderation only. On examining her, I found that she is a little pale to look at and she also had increased heartbeat, she had increased respiratory rate, her BP was towards the lower side of normal. She also had a little bit of swelling of both her legs. So we decided to admit her, and on investigating her, we found that her hemoglobin was 7.8. Since her hemoglobin was low, we realized that this could be the reason for all her symptoms, and we decided to find out what exactly is the reason for this low hemoglobin. So we considered her history. First thing, she is from the northeastern part of India. So there are certain genetic diseases which results in low hemoglobin and they are seen in northeastern part of India. So we investigated in that way. Second thing, she informed that she has been in diet. She said she is vegetarian. She also said that she doesn't take certain food in vegetarian diet. So we decided to get the nutritional workup done for her. And she has been taking alcohol. She also says that she had gastritis. So we tried to rule out her abdomen. So, whether there is a gastric bleed, whether she is not absorbing her food properly. So we try to work up in that line as well. And then she gave us history of diabetes, hypertension. So we have to check if her sugars are under control or she has developed any chronic illness which is resulting in this. So we investigated in that line as well. Apart from that, she said that she is a farmer by profession. So again, farmer, she is diabetic, so she can have low immunity. She is prone to more infections. So we check for infective profile as well. So after sending all these investigations, we came to know that in the genetic profile, it showed that she has thalassemia trait. When we checked her nutritional profile, her iron level was on the lower side, vitamin B12 was on the lower side, and her folate was slightly towards the lower side of normal. In the gastric workup, endoscopy showed us that there was a mild erosion in her gastric mucosa. And when we checked the infective profile, we also found that she had amoebic infection. Thankfully, since she did not have any other issues, we could zero down our diagnosis to these four things: one, genetic; two, nutritional; three, her gastric; and infection. So we had to handle her, that is, treat her with two basic principles. One, of course, our medical management, which would be done by us doctors. Two is correction from her side. Genetic, she cannot do much about it. So we explained to her that this thalassemia trait is basically a condition where you will have small size red blood cells. Due to this, your hemoglobin will always be slightly on the lower side. But we did tell her that when her family members, the younger generation, are planning for kids, then they have to go for genetic counseling to prevent thalassemia major, in which case the newborn will require repeated blood transfusion, and this is a complicated case of anemia. Second, regarding her nutrition part, we did tell her that she has been having misconception about food intake. She said that her family members told her she has to become vegetarian, which is not at all needed. She can take non-veg food. It is not going to affect her diabetic status. In fact, it has affected her nutrition now that she has become a vegetarian. Even in veg food, she did not take everything. So that is why she ended up being iron deficient and vitamin B12 deficient. So we counseled her about the rich sources of iron. Basically, we suggested her to take green leafy vegetables. We suggested her to take nuts like almonds, walnuts, etc. And for vitamin B12, we explained to her that liver is a good source, egg is a good source, milk products are good sources. And we did make a diet chart for her so that she has a balanced diet. And we explained the need for taking food at proper time and why she developed gastritis in the first place. So with these measures, not only can she handle her low hemoglobin, but she will also be able to take care of her diabetes and overall well-being. The third thing we came to know from the diagnosis that she had infection. She is a farmer by profession. She is diabetic also. So both these makes her more prone to infection. So we explained to her the need to wear a full clothing, to wear gloves, and also to wear boot type of shoe, which will cover her legs completely and prevent the infective organism from entering her body. We also explained her the need to go for a bath immediately after coming from the farm, thereby to remove the pesticide, fertilizer, and also the infective organism, dust, etc. that gets attached to her skin surface. With all these things, we started our therapy. We gave her supplements for vitamin B12 and iron. We also gave her antihelminthic, and basically we treated her infection. And apart from that, for the gastritis, we did treat her with antacids and other supportive care. She came to us after 3 months. She was all hale and healthy with a hemoglobin of 11.4. So, in this whole scenario, why did I want to mention this case scenario to you all was mainly because I wanted you to understand that a simple condition like anemia can be multifactorial. It is not enough just to treat anemia, but we should also find the underlying cause. You might think that your doctor is wasting money. He could have just given you an iron supplement or a vitamin B12 supplement for your deficiency and you can just be normal. Well, you came to know from this case that her iron deficiency or vitamin B12 deficiency was not the only cause. And where did it land her up? It landed her up in hospital and she had to get admitted because of that. So these are all certain preventive things that we can do to prevent ourselves from developing anemia or any health issue for that matter. So please be very mindful of eating. Don't just listen to your friends and get this misconception, or your family members and get this misconception that I become vegan, I become vegetarian, I become non-vegetarian, I be completely healthy. Please go to your care provider, talk to your physician, understand what is the proper method that you will have to follow, what is the proper way of eating, proper exercise technique, and live a healthy life. I'll meet you yet again with other different case scenarios so that we can be more aware of the medical conditions that exist and all the preventive measures that can be followed.